Quilty is brought to you by APQS, handcrafted quilting machines. Baby Lock, for the love of sewing. Hovel, when you need to cut it close, choose Hovels. Quiltology, the urban quilt space.
Quilty.
Hey, welcome to Quilty. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to thread the machine and wind our bobbin. Every sewing machine's different, but you can follow along with your machine at home. We're going to go slow and do lots of close-ups because it can be really tricky. All right, so you are sitting down to sew, and you thread your machine, and it comes unthreaded again and again, right? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes when your bobbin runs out, you think, oh no, my bobbin's run out. I have to stop sewing, because sometimes threading your sewing machine and putting your bobbin in can be like the hardest thing and can really stop you from getting anything sewn. I know a lot of beginner quilters feel this way. There is no reason why you cannot learn today how to thread your machine and wind a bobbin so that you know how to do it every single time. And the first thing that I want to tell you about both of those tasks is that there is no quilt police. There is nobody hovering over your shoulder saying, do it faster, or this shouldn't take you an hour, or go at your own pace. Get out your handbook for your sewing machine, your manual, your user's guide. Look at it, study it, take your time, ask questions. When you buy your machine, I hope you know by now to buy it from a dealer so that if you're really confused, you can ask them for help. Or you can go online and look at maybe some guides that may be online from the sewing machine manufacturer. But take your time, and we're going to do this step by step with you, really with lots of close-ups, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is just go through some of the terms that you know. You probably know these already, but some of the terms you're going to need to make this happen. We have our bobbin spool, and this clicks over into place, right, to hold the bobbin in place while it's being wound. We have the spool pin and the spool cap. That's where your thread will go. We have the thread path. It's the path that the thread takes down to the needle, and it's the tension is being held there, and the smoothness, all the mechanics of the stitch are sort of the timing and all of that. It's all held in here. And then we've got, of course, our needle down at the bottom that has to be threaded, or you're not going to have a stitch. All right? The bobbin case down here. This is a top loading bobbin. Some of the machines will have a bobbin that loads from the front. It'll be like down here somewhere. But this one loads from the top, and more of them are like this. I really like it, so you'll see why. Let's wind that bobbin first, okay? Let's go from the bottom up. So this is a bobbin without any thread on it. This is a bobbin with thread on it. So this bobbin is naked, and this one is full. These are plastic bobbins. My machine takes a plastic bobbin. Some of the bobbins on different machines will be metal, and I don't recommend interchanging these bobbins. Usually, some of them can be changed from machine to machine. A plastic bobbin for this machine might work in another machine, but it's a bad idea to start swapping bobbins out left and right. They're standardized. They have about the same size from bobbin to bobbin, but don't get too cheeky with it, or you might end up damaging your machine. All right, so we have a naked bobbin, and the first step is to place it on the bobbin winder. Click it down, kind of listen for the click. Can you hear some clicks there? Yes, right, some clicks. So it's in place. So you take your thread, right, my lovely Coats and Clark thread here I'm using, and you put it on your spool pin. Some bobbin winders have their own spool. Most machines at about this level are going to have, you're going to use the same spool pin, okay? So you put your thread on your spool pin, check your manual to see whether your spool needs to roll counterclockwise or clockwise. Machines are all different in a little ways. Your spool pin and your spool cap work together to hold your thread in place. So place your spool cap on your thread there. So to keep it locked place. You don't need to jam it, there, but keep it snug. And what I love about this machine, and I know I'm biased because it's my machine and I sew a lot on it, and I'm a big Baby Lock fan, but the reason that I love this machine, one of the many reasons, is that it has a thread guide that's numbered. And if you're a new sewer, if you're a beginning quilter, I recommend spending the money to get a machine that helps you, that helps guide you in all kinds of ways, especially in this beginning task of threading your machine and winding your bobbin. This machine gives us a guide. The dotted line is for the bobbin. So I know that to wind my bobbin, I need to follow this dotted line. My thread comes through at number 1. It comes through this little trough. The dotted line shows me I want to go underneath. Then number 2 is to go through this trough. Number 3, this third step, tells me to come around this piece of metal and through this. This is all part of it holds the tension and the timing. It all works together to make sure it's getting an even wind, it's winding it in an even way. And already I'm over at my bobbin. I've heard from quilters, some give it 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winds. Some people go more to about 9 or 10, but you just want to get it started on the bobbin itself to get it started, right? And then most bobbin spools have a little thread cutter, right? And so you can just get off that little tail. So you just pull off that little tail and the bobbin is ready to be wound. You click it into place, and like I said, machines are all different, but they're generally the same in terms of like winding that bobbin, starting it up, and then clicking it into place, sort of locking it in. And then you just put the pedal to the metal and your bobbin is winding. And you just sort of, look up at the stars, check your nails, and just wait for it to wind, okay? So we've got a full one wound. We won't take all the time to do that. So let me use my little handy dandy snippers. I love these. Snip it like that. Let's pretend it's all the way wound. Click it back over and we have a full bobbin right here, okay? Now, when you're taking your spool off, it's better not to pull it backwards, to pull the thread, like yank it out. So I would recommend clipping it about here and pulling it that way. You just want the thread to keep going the way it's happiest. If you pull it back through the machine, same thing with threading, you'll get a lot of loose fibers in your machine and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so we have our full bobbin and we're gonna place it. I'm gonna use my knee lift to raise my presser foot. So you raise your presser foot. This top loading bobbin case is protected by this sort of extended throat plate. It's this plastic device that keeps the bobbin protected. You drop the bobbin in just like that. And with the tail, because you have to give it a head start, you have to help it. This little graphic right here will tell us that the thread is happiest going counterclockwise, and then the path needs to come out that way. So as I pull my little tail, I see, yep, my thread is going counterclockwise. I follow my arrows. This is the path. It's coming through this path. It needs to go around the little hill. And I have another little thread cutter, chink, that will clean it up for me. I replace my extended throat plate bobbin case see-through window. And that's really great because you can see when your bobbin's running low and you need a new one, right? And you've placed your bobbin, okay? So that's your bobbin.
Quilty is brought to you by APQS, handcrafted quilting machines. Baby Lock, for the love of sewing. Havel, when you need to cut it close, choose Havel's. Quiltology, the urban quilt space.